Richard, can you get an idea of what sort of captain Ellis Genge will be? A man you know very well.
Very good one. Lead by example and how he plays. He's not a big talker, but he's a big man on action, and I think that's the way Ellis leads in his actions, and he's very keen to do that tomorrow.
Is he a natural leader then?
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely natural in the fact that he likes the responsibility to almost look after the other people, other members of the team, and that's by how he plays and the attitude that he shows. So no, it comes to him naturally, but in a different way.
Early in his career, he got a bit of a reputation for maybe being a bit hot-headed. Is he mellowed? Is he matured over the last couple of years?
I'm not sure he's mellowed. I just think he can control it a lot better, and he now decides how he behaves, and he can use that to whatever part of the game he needs to bring it to. So he's got that raw aggression. He's got a great attitude, physical attitude towards the game. But he's an intelligent player, and I think he's learned over the years how to use that to his advantage.
Do you think he could do the role longer term, looking further ahead?
I think we'll just look about tomorrow. Steve's picked a team that he thinks is best to play against France tomorrow, and that's Ellis as captain.
And finally, for me, what does this fixture mean for you, and what are you expecting from France? It's a big pack, isn't it?
Yeah, for me, it's always a great contest. Having knowing the French pretty well, and obviously having played against them at club and test level myself, we know what physical attributes they bring. They're a big team. Tactically they're very good, but we like to think that we're a physical team as well, and it's a great opportunity for us to test our set piece, and also for us to test our tactical discipline within the game.
You obviously have a bit of affection for French rugby. What is it that you like about it?
I love the passion and the rawness of it, and they love their forward play. Not that the English don't, but that appeals to me, having played there myself.
What are your earliest memories of Ellis when you signed him?
Just probably a really aggressive young player with a lot of natural ability, but just needed a little bit of guidance in how to channel it. So I thought when he first came to Leicester, I thought it was the perfect move for him. I thought it was his spiritual home. He settled in very quickly, and people, the crowd and his teammates fell in love with him very quickly because of the passion and the aggression that he showed on the field.
Did you immediately see someone with the potential to be an England captain?
I probably at that point I was just happy to keep him out of trouble. But no, Ellis has matured and developed really well. Like he's the player he is because he's worked really hard at his game, both on and off the field, and he's matured into a great person, and he's a wonderful player.
What do you have any kind of anecdotes about him? As the story of the standoff in the car park or something?
No, one probably a few months into him being at Leicester, we had a team meeting. We're just leaving actually a forwards meeting. We're just leaving the forwards meeting, and we were in a bit of a jovial mood. And I said, "Genge, do you want to fight?" And he went, "Who's going to coach the session?" So I was like, so no, he's great fun. He's great fun now, and as long as he keeps that sense of humour and what he's doing, he'll go from strength to strength.
Thanks, Julian, please.
Yes.
Thanks.
Sorry, Rich, you just
Yeah.
mentioned in general terms about the strength of the forward pack for France. When you look at this France team across the board, who in there or what about it particularly impresses you ahead of tomorrow's game?
Well, they've been together for 3.5 years, building for this World Cup cycle. They've got a very long kicking game. They've got a very aggressive and physical defence, and they certainly try and play in the right areas of the field and then use their physical attributes. So we've been 3 games together building this the way we want to play, and they've had a long time doing what they're doing. So I expect they'll kick the ball long and they'll put us under pressure, and when they get the pinch points, obviously their full pack is very strong, but they have some magic at 9, 10, some real physicality at 12 and 13, and on the wings as well, they've got real threats. So across the board, they're threats. So we're going to have to be right on top of our game, but we feel we can tactically we've got to be smart, and physically we've got to front up, and we feel we can do both of those.
I mean, just talking about the magic of 9 and 10 as a half-back combination, how do you rate those two?
Yeah, very, very good, aren't they? You know, they're not they're not in the top 2 in the world because they've got poor players. You know, Dupont is an outstanding player, and they're a very different team with, and they're a very different team without him.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julian.
Missing too tight here, 2 are suspended, but is their depth much stronger than maybe other nations with the players they've got available?
No, I think they've got good depth. They've obviously gone with that Toulouse combination, brought Algaridi straight in from outside the squad. So I know the quality of the Toulouse team and the competition that those guys play in week in, week out from a scrummage and a physical point of view. So I know they're missing a couple of guys that they'd probably prefer to pick, but I don't think it makes them any weaker.
Richard, France, one of those teams in World Rugby, maybe a bit like the Springboks, where you just have, whatever you do, you just have to match them physically and emotionally, perhaps, in a test match.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly in key parts. We know the collision is going to be really important, and we know that the set piece is always going to be important. I know personally, if you can match and at times dominate the set piece, emotionally, psychologically, that's a big win for the opposition.
And does that, maybe putting 2 and 2 together, but the fact that Ellis is captain this weekend, we saw what he did in Australia with setting the tone early with big carries. Is that what you want from him this week, to sort of the team to play in his image almost, that sort of like aggressive way of going about it?
Yeah, look, we're going to have to be aggressive when we need to be. And we're going to have to be really smart when we need to be. If we're just going to go toe to toe, I think they'll cope with that, and we'll potentially play ourselves into trouble. We've got to, when that moment comes, we have to do that, but also we have to be other parts of the game. We're going to have to be really smart.
Can I ask you too about Marcus, and I know it's not your area in the attack or whatever, but
Really?
yeah, but more so about the week or so that he's had of going back to club, then coming back and starting. What does that say about the man that he was laid down the challenge to say, go on then, prove yourself to us that you can start in this game? And he played very well, and now he's got the keys to number 10, I suppose.
Yeah, Marcus wants to play. He's a great lad. He enjoys the game and he embraces life full on. And it wasn't our side of the table. We didn't think it was anything unusual for him to go back and play, because it's good for players to have minutes under their belt. And he played as well as he normally does, as he did a few weeks before against Racing when he played exceptionally well after being out for a little while. So he's a great man. He loves the game. He just embraces every minute of training and playing, and he's been given the opportunity because we feel it's the right thing for this week.
And I suppose your message might be to the pack to give him that platform to do what he can do.
100%. We want Marcus on the front foot, and same with Faz at whatever point he gets called into the game. And Faz has been brilliant this week. You know, a real show of the type of man he is by the way he's conducted himself and led exactly the same as if he was starting. And those two working together has been brilliant.
Do you have to be at all careful with Ellis? He's doing a lot of carrying at the moment. He's got the captaincy now. The scrum can be a crucial battleground, and there was perhaps a sense last year that having to do so much carrying meant maybe he wasn't as strong as scrum time. Is that something you have to be aware of?
I think we used him differently in the way he carried last time. So, look, he loves carrying the ball, but he knows that a prop that can't push is not a great prop. So, you know, he'll concentrate on his set piece parts because they're fundamental to his game because of his position. But he will carry as often as he can because he's one of our most effective carriers. So I think the balance is good with him, and we'll use him in the right way.
It's your final home game as an England coach. Does that give it an extra bit of an emotion?
No, not really. I just want us to make sure we perform as well as we can, and I want us to win.
Thanks. We'll finish with Duncan. Thank you.
What have you made of Maro Tojo's form in the Six Nations, and how much do you need him to be at his best to get on top of the pack?
Yeah, Maro's form's been very good. He's working very hard at his game. Steve knows him well, and they've been working closely together, and I think his form's been good, and I think it's getting better and better.
Thanks, and Rob.
Just
One-on-one.
wondering what your favourite recollection of playing against French opposition was back in the day. I don't know. Those games down to Perpignan or somewhere, or I don't think they.
Oh, look, they're just, you know, the French have a great love for the game. The forward battle they see as a game within itself. So we hope there's a little bit of that tomorrow, and hopefully it won't be as dirty as when I played.